Hey guys, welcome to this recap of New Zealand's biggest gap year, where a couple of years ago, Robin and I did 365 days of 365 activities. And in today's episode, day 29, we headed to a couple of free activities that you can do around Waitomo, which are really awesome. And at the end of this video, we're going to go through a few comments that we received on the video when we published it the first time round, so that we can sort of give you an update on the activities and tell you more about it. Alright then, we'll see you at the end of this video.
We've been advised by our host at Juno Hostel, Dave, to go down to the Te Anga Road and make our way to a waterfall and also a natural bridge. So we're just like driving and eating, but at the same time we get a really awesome view, classic New Zealand scene.
It has been raining a lot lately, so I really hope that the Maricopa Falls are going to be really big and really gigantic, so finger crossed. We finally arrived at the Maricopa Falls and it doesn't rain that much anymore, so I'm kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to have a kind of nice little walk and everything.
And it's just about a 15-minute walk through the forest to get down to the waterfall lookout. And this waterfall is often described as one of New Zealand's most beautiful, amazing waterfalls to look at. It's just so beautiful and relaxing and stunning. But when we get there, this bitch is not relaxing. This is one fierce waterfall. This is just an extreme waterfall viewing session we're having right here. It's pretty intense. You can't see anything through the camera lenses, but that was a fierce waterfall. That was crazy.
So after taking a few pictures and really, taking about 15 minutes to embrace the falls and just look at them, we head back to our juicy camper. Laura, how was the Maricopa Falls?
Very wet. I can't even see out my glasses hardly at the moment.
Look how shiny is my jacket. This is the wettest I have been walking to a waterfall.
We rush back up the hiking track, get back in the juicy camper van, do a U-turn, and we are making our way now to Mangapohui Natural Bridge. Straight away we are like in awe of this place. It's such a cool little spot. Huge cliff faces on either side and there's a stream underneath, and we're just hugging the wall on a boardwalk that's been made for this walk. There's like vegetation growing on the side of the rocks. There's like swing bridges to go like across the river every so often. It's like a very short walk, but we're just like wow. Like every 2 seconds in New Zealand we're just like wow, oh my god. So this is just another one of those places that is just like a wow moment.
Then you realize you're not inside a cave, you're kind of like, inside this natural bridge. It's a massive path of land. It's an arc, basically it's a big arch. It's just the way they're calling it, it's an arch.
And there's some steps going up along the side of it where you can get some more lookout. So we walk up there and have an amazing view from up there. It's like another world, this place. Again, like the whole of Waitomo seems to be. It's very otherworldly with all the unusual rock formations and things. And you kind of think like, I can't believe this exists on planet Earth.
It's really grand in it. It's very hard to describe the sheer size of this natural bridge, and I think it's going to be really hard for you to feel the size of it while watching the videos. It was raining a lot, so the sky wasn't the most pleasant for videos, so it's a little bit dark. I really hope you can see the size of the bridge. It's quite a sight.
While we're under the arch, it starts to rain again, but this creates quite an eerie sort of vibe to the place. There's like a fog hanging over the forest in the background, and it makes it all very atmospheric. So even if it's a shit day, I would say to anyone, just go on a hike anyway, because you're gonna find a view that not many people even get to see. It's like a whole new atmosphere to the forest. So go for a walk on a rainy day, you might enjoy it. We sort of stay there until all the daylight is gone, actually, because it's such a cool little place.
Also, this arch was protecting us from the rain, which has been drenching us for the last 2 hours, so I'm quite happy about that.
We take the drive back to Waitomo, but we also need to go get some groceries from Countdown Supermarket, and we have to say there's quite a few bargains in there.
Thank you. What are you handing me, Laura?
Poison.
What?
So you finally should have.
No one wants to hear about your stupid New Zealand road trip.
Isn't she lovely?
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and got some inspiration for some other things that you can check out in the Waitomo area. And we had a couple of comments from some of our viewers, started giving us a few more hints of what you can do in the area. Laurie says, there are glowworms in the natural bridge that can only be seen at night on sides and the roof of the cave. So that's a really cool thing to know. If you, maybe if you don't want to pay for a glowworm cave tour in Waitomo, then you have other options. You can come to the Mangapuhui Natural Bridge on an evening or as the sun's going down, and you'll be able to see some glowworms there. Alternatively, the Ruakuri track, there's a walking track near Waitomo, which is actually a little closer to Waitomo, which if you go there at night, you can also see glowworms there too. Just obviously make sure to take a torch. Alright, and Roy says the waterfall is nasty, the river is dirty with mud. Alright, just to make it clear that we actually went to go see Maricopa Falls just after some real heavy rain. So all the rivers were starting to flood. This usually means that it picks up lots of rock and mud and silt off the riverside and basically takes it all into the river. That's usually what happens when there is flooding. And that's exactly what we could see on the waterfall. Like we sort of said in the video, usually it's meant to be, you know, one of the most beautiful waterfalls in New Zealand. And yeah, it doesn't usually look like we saw it on that day when it was just absolutely raging with all the heavy rain. We could barely get close to the waterfall because all the water was just spraying back at us. It was really hard to film because our lenses were just soaked in seconds. So yeah. Usually the waterfall doesn't look that muddy, so just so you know, it probably has some better days for photos. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that video. If you do have any questions of your own, make sure to put them in the comments below. And we also go through some of the questions that we can have a longer answer to during our Q&A session that we do every single Sunday, 8 AM New Zealand time on YouTube, where we go through all the sort of questions we received throughout the week, but we also answer some questions to you guys live on the live chat. Also, you can go and get your questions answered on nzpocketguide.com, where we have thousands of articles about everything to do with traveling in New Zealand, so go check that out as well. Alright, until the next episode, travel awesome. Hee hee.